VIZ Media just dropped 19 new license announcements, so let's talk about them. It is June, and that means that it is license time over at VIZ. If you're unaware, VIZ does license announcement events every June, October, and February. So it's the end of the first week of June, and here we are with 19 new license announcements, and only one of them is digital, which is really cool. This, I'm going to say before we get started, is one of the most fun license announcement events, rounds of announcements that we've had from VIZ in a while, at least for me personally, because there was a lot of stuff that I was really excited about and a lot of surprise announcements as well. Now, if you want to see a live reaction to the license announcements, I did do a reaction over on Twitch with my friend Colleen from Colleen's Manga Rex. We have that VOD available at twitch.tv/theomnibuscollector, so you can check that out to see our real-time reactions to all of these announcements. There's some really great and funny bits in there. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and start looking at the new announcements. I do go through these in the order that they were announced, and as always, I ask people to keep in mind, be respectful, because while not everything is going to be for you, every single one of these things is for someone. Now, let's go ahead and start up, and the first thing they dropped was Marriage Toxin. I'm going to read the announcements themselves and then give a little bit more. Higoro may be a master assassin, but he's not exactly killing it in the romance department. Can marriage swindler Kinosaki help him find true love? Marriage Toxin, with story by Jomiyaku and art by Mizuki Yoda, releases spring 2024, and these are all going to be spring 2024 releases. So this one has been in the Shonen Jump Plus magazine since April 2022, and it is simul-published over on Manga Plus. So if you want to try it out, you can head over to the Manga Plus app and see some of that. Now, I haven't read any of this one before, but it looks like a lot of fun. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've heard a lot of people talk good about it, so I am excited to pick that one up. Next up, we got a Shoujo announcement, In the Name of the Mermaid Princess. This was published in Ribbon since 2022. It is still ongoing. VIZ's announcement states what happens if a mermaid princess doesn't have to give up her special abilities for love. In the Name of the Mermaid Princess was story by Yoshino Fumikawa and art by Miya Toshiro. I might pick that one up to try it out. The artwork looks really cute, but I haven't had any friends of mine tell me whether or not they're familiar with the story and if it's good or not. But I like to try out the new things when they come out, so I'll probably at least pick up the first volume. And the same goes for this next one, which is I Want to End This Love Game. Let the games begin. Since childhood, Yukiya Asagi and Miku Sakura have played the love game, where they try to fluster each other with a simple I love you. But after falling in love for real and refusing to admit it, neither of them can afford to lose this battle. I Want to End This Love Game by Yuki Domoto. This one's been running in the magazine, I believe it's a web magazine, Sunday Webry, since December of 2021. So it's still ongoing as far as I could find. I've seen some people saying that they really enjoy this one. I'll again try out the first volume. These shonen rom-coms are kind of give or take, you know, some of them are really fun, some of them are just kind of blah, and they kind of get kind of mixed in with each other. So I'll try out the first one and make sure, you know, see how I feel about this one. Next one, of course, we get a new one from Junji Ito, but this one was interesting and something that I didn't really think that they could publish in English. So it was fun to see, and it's a novel called Stitches, written by Hirokatsu Kihara with illustrations by Junji Ito. But it does contain one manga chapter. There's 10 total chapters. The first 9 are prose, and the last one is manga. VIZ Media's announcement states, the collection of prose with original illustrations from Eisner Award winner Junji Ito features 9 tales of true unsolved mysteries and an original manga. Stitches by Hirokatsu Kihara releases spring 2024. So the final chapter is a manga story called The Summertime Graduation Trip, and it is fully illustrated by Ito. So fans of Junji Ito, this is going to be one that you might want to pick up, but it is 9/10 of it is prose, so keep that in mind. Again, we expect a Junji Ito release every time because VIZ literally says they do seasonal Ito releases. But I didn't expect that we would get this one, and I didn't think that they would release the novel. But I'm glad that I was wrong in my assumptions and that we got it. Next up, another one that was kind of obviously going to happen because Pokemon X and Y is wrapping up soon, is Pokemon Adventures Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So they already published these 6 half volume editions that are like $5 each, and this is going to be the 3 full volumes at, should be $10 each. VIZ's announcement says Sapphire and Emerald need Ruby's help to stop a crisis of planetary proportions, a meteor hurling towards their home. Pokemon Adventures Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire with story by Hidenori Kusaka and art by Satoshi Yamamoto. Now, since this is only 3 volumes, I don't think it would be weird to assume that within the next couple of VIZ license announcements, they'll probably also wind up announcing the $10 full volume editions for Sun and Moon. Okay, moving on from Pokemon Adventures, we now get Pokemon, the complete Pokemon Pocket Guide. These are pocket guides that go through the first 898 Pokemon across 2 volumes. VIZ's announcements read a massive, newly revised guide that covers 898 Pokemon, fully illustrated and totally comprehensive. This 2-volume series includes full-color pictures, descriptions, and stats on abilities, moves, and evolutions. The complete Pokemon Pocket Guide releases spring 2024. That's cool. This reminds me of stuff that, I'd see when I was a lot younger, like at school book fairs and stuff like that, Scholastic Book Fair. But I'll be interested to see how comprehensive these are. It does say totally comprehensive. So I'm interested to see how comprehensive they are. I don't know if I'll actually pick it up myself, but I know there's a lot of people who will enjoy this, and I think that that's pretty cool. Now, moving on to one of the big ones, and also one that I thought was pretty obviously going to happen this time, and of course I'm talking about Goku Rakugai. Now, this series has been in Jump Square since July of 2022, and just a few months ago, VIZ started publishing it digitally via the VIZ app on the web version. So you can only access it on the website if you subscribe to the VIZ Media app. Their announcement states, for the right price, these professional troubleshooters can solve any problem, whether they're taking out the scum of the earth or destroying human-eating monsters. I haven't read this one, but since the first chapter debuted and I started seeing artwork of the characters, I have been extremely interested. So as soon as they put it up on the VIZ app to be read digitally, I was like, okay, awesome. We're going to be getting that on the next round of announcements. And I'm so happy that I was correct in that one. And moving on, the next one is actually another one that I'm super excited about. We finally got an announcement for a new Taiyo Matsumoto release. So if you're a fan of Matsumoto from stuff like Tekken Kincrete, Ping Pong, Cats of the Louvre, or Sunny, we've got Tokyo These Days coming this next spring. Tokyo Higoro is the title in Japanese. It's been published since 2019 in Big Comic Original Zokan, and it is an ongoing title. So in Japan, there's only 2 volumes so far. Viz Media's announcement describes it. Eisner Award winner Taiyo Matsumoto brings us a touching new story of the inescapable bonds between manga creators, their editors, art, and life itself, as told from the perspective of a disgraced manga editor. Again, I'm super excited about this one. I'm a huge Taiyo Matsumoto fan. The guy doesn't miss. So if you've never tried out Matsumoto's work, I highly recommend it. It's definitely not for everyone, but I recommend everyone at least try one of his books because there's a lot to love for a lot of people in there. And it looks like VIZ is getting a little bit more focus on Matsumoto because between the last round of license announcements in February and this round, they also had a mini round of announcements where they mentioned that they're going to be reprinting Tekken Kincrete in a hardcover format and having it in the right to left format for the first time in English. So it looks like they are giving Matsumoto a little bit more attention than they had before. Next up, we have it wouldn't be a round of his announcements of some sort of art book or guidebook or whatnot for a popular shonen title, and this time we have the JiuJitsu Kaisen official character guide. Dive into the world of JiuJitsu sorcerers and wicked cursed spirits with JiuJitsu Kaisen, the official character guide. This ultimate handbook features profiles of all the major characters and an exclusive interview between Gege Akutami and Bleach creator Tite Kubo. So this is it is based on the manga. It's not like an anime focused one, so it is going to have manga art, which that's a plus to me personally. I'm more interested when these things are manga focused. So fans of JJK, you guys get the guidebook this time. We'll see in October which popular shonen title gets that honor next time. Next up, we have Splatoon's 3 Splatlands. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but because I don't read the Splatoon manga, and I've only honestly played the first Splatoon game. I didn't really play the second one, but I think that this is just a continuation of the one that we've had ongoing for a while at VIZ. Their announcement states, Goggles travels to the Splatlands, meeting an inkling named Braid, and embarks on a fresh series of adventures set in the world of Splatoon, Splatoon 3 Splatlands, with story and art by Sankichi Hinodeya. So again, I don't know if I'm absolutely right about that one, but I think it just continues along from the previous series. So if you are a Splatoon fan, I know there are a ton of you out there, and a lot of you are very vocal, and this is going to be something you might look forward to. Next up, we have a new VIZ original series, and it's Status Royale. Status Royale is the game to master to join the rank of elite players in the competitive world of esports. Follow Vel as her competitive spirit is unlocked. Status Royale with story and art by @ReuMXU, ReuMXU. That's their Twitter handle, and on Twitter their name is ReuXu, RUXU. So I'm guessing ReuMXU. They have also created a couple of other things previously, Newsprints and Saint for Rent. And if you go over to their Twitter profile, they have all kinds of artwork. They said they're going to be sharing a lot of art from the upcoming series, so you can see kind of what they've done before. And they specifically have described this as a love letter to Yu-Gi-Oh! And sports manga. Now, I'm a huge fan of Yu-Gi-Oh!, so I'm going to be pretty excited to try this one out. And I do like trying out all of the VIZ originals that come out because there's a lot of interesting talent that comes through there. Next up, this one is really cool. I wasn't aware of this title before, but it looks fantastic. The artwork is beautiful, and I can't wait to try it out. And that is Steel of the Celestial Shadows. Their description is a down-and-out samurai who can't even hold a sword enters a strange world of magic searching for honor and redemption. Steel of the Celestial Shadows with story and art by Daruma Matsuura. Now, this one has been in Big Comic Superior since June of 2022 from the creator of the series Kasane, which is currently available digitally from Kodansha. So if you want a preview of what you're going to get from this series, you can go and check out Kasane from Kodansha digitally. This next one is one that I was very excited about, and that is a new release from Kazuo Umez. We're getting My Name is Shingo Perfect Editions. So that it says Perfect Edition, I'm assuming that these are going to be 2-in-1s at the very least. The series originally in Japan had 10 volumes. It ran from 1982 to 1986 in Big Comic Spirits. So I want to assume that it's going to be a 2-in-1, so it will be 5-volume release instead of a 10-volume release in English. Their announcement states a chilling science fiction tale of humanity and AI from classic horror manga creator Kazuo Umez. So I really love that they're doing more Kazuo Umez. If you're unfamiliar, they several years ago published the new editions of Drifting Classroom, and then they published new editions that for the first time ever completed Orochi in English. And then we are in the near future getting Cat-Eyed Boy in hardcover editions, which was previously released in paperback. And now we're getting this one, and it's really great because it seems like they're giving a lot more focus towards Kazuo Umez, who has a huge catalog, by the way, of manga that we haven't gotten in English. And so those out there who are maybe suffering a little bit from Ito fatigue and would like to see a little bit of focus on other horror manga creators, it looks like VIZ is giving us that, and they're giving focus to an all-time great with Kazuo Umez. If you haven't read any Umez work and you're a fan of Ito work, I definitely recommend checking it out, and I, for one, am extremely excited to get My Name is Shingo next year. Moving onward, next up we have Magi Lumiere Magical Girls Incorporated. There's never a dull day at the office when you're a magical girl. Magi Lumiere Magical Girls Incorporated with story by Seka Iwata and art by Yu Aoki. This one's been running in Shonen Jump Plus since October of 2021, and if you want to try it out, it is available to read on the Manga Plus app. Next up, we've got, this is a big one, this was a huge W, and if you watched the live stream over on Twitch, you know that Colleen freaked out when this got announced, and it was really funny, but we've got Snowball Earth coming. I'm really excited to be able to read and collect this one. Young mecha pilot Tetsuo survives the last great battle against an alien horde. He awakens from his escape pod on Earth 8 years later to a world in ruins and frozen beneath a blanket of ice. Snowball Earth, story and art by Yuhiro Tsujitsugu, releasing spring 2024. So this one's been running since January of 2021 in Gekkan Spirits. Very excited about this one. That's, in my opinion, one of the biggest wins from the announcements that we had today. Next up, another shoujo announcement for fans of Kimi ni Todoke. We get the 3-volume sequel series, Soulmate. The story of Kimi ni Todoke continues in this sequel starring Sawako and her former rival Kurumi in college. So like I said, this did run for just 3 volumes, so it is, and it just wrapped up last May actually, so it's pretty recent series as well. So it's not that long, and fans of Kimi ni Todoke are definitely going to pick it up. I collected all of Kimi ni Todoke, but I need to catch up and read all of it, and so I guess this is giving me a goal that I need to finish reading Kimi ni Todoke before this one starts next spring. We'll check back in next spring and see if I succeeded with that. Now we've got back-to-back announcements for One Piece fans, a couple things that I'm extremely excited about. First up, we're getting the manga adaptation of the Ace story light novels with artwork by Boichi. So their description of this one is, based on the novel series One Piece Ace's story, this action-packed prequel features the adventures of Luffy's beloved brother Ace. One Piece Ace's story, the manga, with art by Dr. Stone's Boichi. So that one's really exciting. And then they topped it off by also giving us the Food Wars creative team cooks up a special One Piece one-shot. One Piece Shokugeki no Sanji serves up all 6 original chapters in one collection. I really enjoyed those whenever they were being published. They're fun little chapters that you get to see the Food Wars creators taking on Sanji and having him creating things in the One Piece world. If you're a fan of either Food Wars or One Piece or both, I would recommend this. And it's just a single volume, so it's not any sort of commitment or anything. And finally, one digital release. We got the announcement of Earthchild, a VIZ digital exclusive from Shonen Jump. Kareri Hoshifuri is an Earthchild, a special human imbued with powers by the Earth itself. An unlikely romance with high schooler Reisuke Sawada has planet-sized consequences. This was a 3-volume series. It was ran in Weekly Shonen Jump last year from February until it was canceled in 2022. So 19 announcements, a lot of really great stuff, a lot of things that I'm super excited about, a lot of surprises, like I said. This was a really fun round of announcements, and I hope that y'all had as much fun with this as I did. Please let me know down below in the comments which of these you're looking forward to picking up. Thank you so much for spending time with me in this video. If you're new here, please go ahead and hit subscribe and hit that like button, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.